There's two dates that people think of when they think of when America got started, or when America began, or was founded, or declared independence, or whatever. 2 days, 2 years, and both of them are bullshit. Hi, I'm Sean Morris. Welcome to the Lost Begotten channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the hell it is, wherever you are. I hope it's not too fucking shabby for you. And today's video is going to be relatively short because I've got to do lots of things very soon, and I also have to take a poopy, so only so long I can just sit here and chew that back. Yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna have a moment of silence, and then we'll move on. Okay. So, here's the deal. Most conspiracy-ism shouldn't be, noticed or began or inspired by the events of 2001. You should get into conspiracy as a matter of looking at history and wondering who we are and what the fuck have we been telling ourselves about ourselves, and how true is it? How much of it is fake news? How long has information warfare existed? Anybody? Bueller? Here's the deal. America, big bad imperialist power that killed Native Americans, blah, blah, blah. Not bad for a 150-year-old country. No, it's 250 years. No, it's really more like 150. Here's why. See, in the mid-1800s, Mexico, or up until the mid-1800s, from 1492, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. There's a rhyme for it, so it must be true, right? No. But since then, since about that time, all the way until 1847, 46, 49, California, Texas, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, many, many, many states that are now united belong to Mexico. And guess what? Mexico was not yet full of Mexicans. Ooh! That's fucking weird, isn't it? We hear that when we're taught history. And we're just like, okay, so it was a bunch of brown people, but no, it was just a bunch of brown people. And we shut our fucking dumbass American brains off, or dumbass modern brains in general off, because it's not just Americans, that's for sure. And we don't realize there were massive Dutch colonies. There were massive Russian colonies in California and in Texas, while Texas belonged to Mexico. There were even massive French colonies. In fact, the whole reason why King Louis sent his army to Mexico was because a fucking French pastry chef said the Mexican army was harassing him. And you're thinking, well, why would King Louis think he could go and control a bunch of brown people? Because it wasn't a bunch of brown people yet. See? It just wasn't. My family, and I'm not going to tell you who, owns the sword of Pancho Villa. That's right. My family, the Morris family. You know, YouTube, you think I'm fucking nobody? Go fuck yourself. You fucking people are nobody. My great-great-grandfather was the doctor who saved Pancho Villa's life. And Pancho Villa, as the story goes, did not have any money to pay him. So Pancho Villa gave my great-great-grandfather his sword. And I've played with this sword. It's fucking heavy. It's like a 40-pound sword. It's something. Just the scabbard, just the sheath that it goes into it just looks like war, you know? I've always taken a very keen interest in, genocides and whatnot. Turns out there were a lot of Russians killed, there were a lot of Dutch killed, there were a lot of French killed by the Mexican Revolution. Nobody ever talks about that. Now, should we hold Mexico accountable for what happened in that country when they had California? Well, should we hold our country accountable for what happened before the Civil fucking War? Were we even this country before the Civil War? We weren't really this country until the 80s, you know? Think about it. America hasn't even really gotten started. 1776. It's a completely meaningless date. It's the day we declared independence, but who's we? We hadn't even become we yet. Just some old fucking white landowners. They declared independence? They had a vision of what America could one day be. They started America. And it's up to us today to finish it, to complete it. And we've all forgotten that. And we think it's just another country. It's nonsense. It's a giant refugee camp. And yeah, whenever you have a refugee camp, some assholes make it in. Okay? Guess what? Mexico was the same way. You know why America is more prosperous than Mexico? Because we did not have a genocidal dictator at the helm. And internationally, we deserve no such blame. From liberals in our country, we deserve no such blame. You can't say America did this. No, individual people did that. General fucking Custer did that. And he's a bane of fucking history. That is not us. That is not our spirit. And we should resist any attempt to make us that way. You know what happened in 1492? People like David Packman were living in a country that wasn't called Spain, but is where Spain is now. And they had been living there for 5,000 years. And then in 1492, they were all told they had to get the fuck or convert to Christianity or die. And not like the Christianity like, me and like fucking sane people know. Conservative Democrats, moderates, that kind of people, normal fucking people. Christians, normal fucking people. They were what I call Islamicized Christians. Much like the Russian Orthodox. Much like what became known as Catholicism. Very Islamicized, very architectural. And that architectural. Oh, look how pretty our buildings is. Our God is fancier than your God because we've got a fancier building for our God than you do for your God. Let's go to war. Bunch of fucking morons. I still have to take a poopy. So I'm watching the clock. Make sure I have enough, time on the porcelain throne. Hail King John. I don't know. Yeah. I just assume, if the porcelain throne is, like an altar to the porcelain god, then the porcelain god's name must be John. That's fucking hilarious if you know divine mystery. Why do those ships look like the Last Supper? It's crazy. It's a bunch of fucking boats, man. Looks like a fucking Last Supper painting, doesn't it? Only look, I got two bitches. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so hashtag Jesus joke. Dingo, what? You're here to make sure I don't fucking get back on track? Yes, thank you, Dingo. I love you too. What is it, boy? Did Timmy fall down a well? Go on. You gonna take Dingo outside? Did you give him water? Oh, mornings. I wake up at 5:40 every morning. 5:40. It is now 6:30. You're probably still the fuck asleep. That's okay. Because, apparently YouTube has invented some sort of time dilation device they call videos. What? 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Those are facts. Those are easier. Listen to that instead of me. I'm a crazy person. I'm a crazy person. Because I think it's an odd coincidence that the fake Christian, the good God-fearing Christian lady, fake Christian, Isabella of Spain, just decided to commission an exploration to a very unchristian place. India, the magical island of India. And that began America. basically, where the Jews would all wind up fleeing to. Okay. And 1492 is the year of basically a Holocaust. In two ways, our nation was founded. In two times. In 1492 and in 1944. By a Holocaust. Saving people from genocide is the very fabric of this nation. And above all other reasons, economic security, rule of law, above all other reasons, that reason is why we cannot tolerate people like Donald Trump. And it wasn't until the late 1800s, after the Civil War, that our federal government was really formed. And it wasn't until that period that America even looked anything like it does today. Now, most of the horrible things that people say America did during its founding were 100 years before that. Before even 1776. But, we gotta be blamed for everything from the Dutch's land deal to the fucking French's smallpox blankets to whatever. It was the French or the British. Does it really matter? You know? I'm German, Irish, and Creole. Creole being a mix of many things. But I'm white. So because you're racist, it's my fault too? Bullshit, man.